Have you ever paused to consider the profound wisdom embedded in the Surah Ash-Sharh? This surah, also known as the opening fourth, holds a special place within the Quran, the holy book of Islam. It is the 94th chapter, positioned near the end, and is revered for its timeless wisdom and guidance. Surah Ash-Sharh is a Makkan surah, believed to have been revealed during the early years of Prophet Muhammad's prophethood. It was a time of great trials and tribulations, and this surah served as a beacon of light, a source of solace and reassurance for the Prophet and his followers. This surah's message transcends time and space, offering comfort and hope to all who delve into its verses. It is a surah of relief, of light after darkness, of ease after hardship. It reminds us that with every difficulty, there is relief. Dive with us as we explore the deep meanings of Surah Ash-Sharh, verse by verse. The surah begins with a powerful reminder, "Did we not expand for you your breast?" This verse, potent with metaphorical resonance, refers to the expansion of the breast, a phrase that, in the Islamic tradition, symbolizes the broadening of one's understanding and the capacity to bear hardships with patience and resilience. Let's delve deeper. Picture yourself in the shoes of Prophet Muhammad. He was tasked with a monumental mission to guide humanity towards the path of righteousness. This journey was fraught with trials and tribulations, but it was through these adversities that his capacity for endurance grew. He was granted an expanded breast, a heart capable of withstanding the immense weight of his responsibilities. Moving on, we encounter the second verse, "And we removed from you your burden." This phrase, while simple in its construction, carries profound significance. The burden here refers to the weight of sins or the daunting task that was placed upon the Prophet. The act of removing this burden signifies the easing of difficulties and the lifting of distress. It serves as a divine affirmation that Prophet Muhammad was not alone in his mission. The Almighty was there, guiding him, supporting him, and alleviating his burdens. But these verses are not just about the Prophet's journey. They echo a universal truth that finds relevance in our lives today. Life is a roller coaster ride, marked by highs and lows, joy and sorrow, ease and hardship. But it's in the midst of these hardships that we find our strength, that we discover our capacity to endure and overcome. These verses serve as a reminder that relief follows hardship, a theme that is recurrent in the Quran. They tell us that every difficulty we face is followed by ease, every challenge is followed by victory, and every hardship is followed by relief. It's a comforting thought, isn't it? To know that no matter how dark the night, dawn is always on the horizon. It's a message of hope, resilience, and faith, a message that resonates with us all, irrespective of our beliefs, our backgrounds, or our walks of life. Imagine carrying a burden so heavy that it weighs you down, both physically and mentally. This was the burden that Prophet Muhammad bore. This was not a burden of material possessions or worldly concerns, but a burden of divine responsibility. A mission to guide humanity out of the darkness of ignorance and into the light of knowledge and faith. These verses refer to the lifting of that immense burden from the Prophet's shoulders. But how was this burden lifted? It was through the divine assistance of God and the Prophet's unwavering faith and patience. The Prophet's burden was not merely lifted, it was transformed. His mission, once a heavy burden, became a source of elevation. His status was raised, his repute soared. From a humble merchant of Mecca, he became the revered prophet of Islam. His message spread far and wide, transcending borders and generations. His name became synonymous with truth, justice, and compassion. These verses serve as a profound reminder that hardships and challenges are not meant to break us. They are meant to shape us, to refine us. Just as the Prophet's burden was lifted and his status elevated, so too can our trials and tribulations lead to our own elevation. The Prophet's journey was not easy. He faced rejection, ridicule, and even threats to his life. But he persevered, motivated by his profound faith and his deep love for humanity. He remained steadfast, knowing that with every hardship comes ease, with every struggle comes growth. It is this transformative power of faith and perseverance that these verses emphasize. They remind us that our hardships are not pointless obstacles, but opportunities for growth. They remind us that when we face challenges with faith and patience, we too can experience the lifting of our burdens and the elevation of our status. These verses inspire us to see our struggles not as burdens, but as stepping stones towards personal growth and spiritual elevation. They teach us that the weight of our burdens is not a measure of our weakness, but a testament to our strength. These verses remind us that every difficulty we face is an opportunity for growth and elevation. The surah concludes with a powerful promise, "So verily with every difficulty there is relief. Verily with every difficulty there is relief." In these verses we find a message that resonates with us all, a promise of ease following hardship. Not once, but twice this promise is repeated. This repetition is not merely for emphasis, it holds profound wisdom and a deep, comforting assurance, a rhythmic reminder that every phase of hardship is inevitably followed by ease. Consider the rhythm of the day and night. The scorching heat of the noon gives way to the cool tranquility of the evening. The darkness of the night is always followed by the bright promise of dawn. This is the universal law of nature, a pattern set by the Creator himself. Similarly, in our lives, we face trials and tribulations. There are moments when we are enveloped by darkness, when hope seems to fade. But just as the dawn follows the night, relief follows hardship. This is the promise that these verses hold. The repetition of this promise serves to reinforce this message of hope. It's a gentle reminder that we're not alone in our struggles, that the Creator, who set the rhythm of the day and night, is also overseeing our personal journeys. But why is this promise repeated? It's a lesson in patience and perseverance. It's a reminder that relief doesn't come after one difficulty, but after every difficulty. After each trial we overcome, we find ease, only to be tested again. It's a cycle, much like the day and night, teaching us resilience and inspiring us to always strive for better. These verses also remind us that relief isn't merely an end to hardship. It's growth, it's learning, it's becoming stronger and wiser. It's the dawn after the night, brighter and more beautiful for the darkness that preceded it. These verses provide a beacon of hope, reminding us that no matter what we face, relief is always around the corner. Let's revisit the profound wisdom we've uncovered in Surah Ash-Sharh. In the first 2 verses of this surah, we learned about the divine promise that with every hardship there comes ease. This surah begins with a reminder of the certainty that relief follows difficulty. It's a universal principle that applies not just to the trials of the Prophet, but to our lives as well. It's a comforting assurance that no matter how tough times may seem, ease and relief are just around the corner. Moving on to verses 3 and 4, we delved into the lifting of the Prophet's burden. The surah speaks of a time when Prophet Muhammad's burden was lifted, symbolizing the removal of obstacles and hardships. This teaches us that just as the Prophet's burden was alleviated, so too can our burdens be lifted. It serves as a reminder that we are never alone in our struggles. Divine aid is always at hand. In the last 2 verses, we discussed the promise of ease. The surah reiterates that with every difficulty comes ease, not once, but twice. This repetition emphasizes the certainty of this promise. It's a powerful message of hope and resilience, reminding us to stay patient and steadfast in times of adversity. The overall message of Surah Ash-Sharh is one of hope, resilience, and the assurance of relief. It's a testament to the strength of the human spirit and the grace of divine intervention. This surah encourages us to remain patient and steadfast in the face of adversity, assuring us that relief and ease are always on the horizon. The wisdom of this surah resonates deeply with our lives. We all face hardships and difficulties, but Surah Ash-Sharh reminds us that these trials are not eternal. They are merely temporary phases that will eventually give way to ease and relief. It reinforces the need for patience, resilience, and faith in divine providence. In essence, Surah Ash-Sharh is a beacon of hope in times of despair, a guiding light that leads us out of the darkness of hardship and into the light of relief. It's a powerful reminder that no matter how difficult things get, we should never lose hope. For with every difficulty, there is indeed ease. As we conclude our journey through Surah Ash-Sharh, let us carry with us its profound wisdom. May these verses serve as a comforting balm in times of hardship, igniting within us a flame of hope and resilience. May the wisdom of Surah Ash-Sharh guide us through our difficulties and lead us to relief. Until next time, peace be upon you.